Is German football finished? Have we finally lost touch with the global elite and are now only producing obedient followers in our youth academies instead of real leaders who can decide games on their own? This is the provocative thesis I have encountered more and more lately when looking at the development of German football. Many fans feel that we have lost the creativity, the hunger, and above all, the individual class that defined us for decades. But I am telling you clearly today, this pessimism is completely unfounded. Anyone who claims that Germany no longer has exciting talents simply isn't looking closely enough. We are on the verge of an explosion of talent that will shape the face of the league and the national team in the coming years. Something is brewing in the youth teams and on the professional training grounds that we haven't seen for a long time. To prove the opposite to you, I have dived deep into the analysis. I have picked out 5 players who will celebrate their full breakthrough in the year 2026, or are already making it happen right before our eyes. We are not talking about the established stars everyone knows, but about the diamonds in the rough that are ready to be polished and dominate the league. Let's start directly with a name that already enjoys an almost mythical reputation in professional circles and stands as a symbol for the new, robust generation of German defenders, David Odogu. When we talk about Odogu, we aren't talking about a normal 19-year-old who has caught a few minutes of Bundesliga air. We are talking about a player who brings a physical presence and a mental maturity that is almost frightening for his age. Raised in the academy of VfL Wolfsburg, he made a name for himself early on, at the latest when he led the German U17 national team to the World Cup title as the defensive chief. His style of play reminds many experts of a young Antonio Rudiger, aggressive, fast, uncompromising in tackles, but at the same time equipped with a leadership quality that cannot be learned. You either have it or you don't. David Odogu has it. Even though his path led him to AC Milan in the summer of 2025, he remains one of the central German shooting stars we must have on our radar in 2026. His development shows that German academies are indeed still capable of training physical monsters. He is not a silent follower. He is a communicator, an organizer, someone who holds the team together. Exactly what has often been missing from the German game lately. However, talent is not only found among Champions League participants or abroad, but also in the second Bundesliga. And here, we must urgently talk about Rafael Pinto Pedrosa from Karlsruher SC. KSC is known for repeatedly producing exciting players, but Pinto Pedrosa is a very special caliber. As a right-back, he brings exactly the profile that modern football is desperately searching for. He is not a pure defender who only stays back to defend. He is a wing-back who works the entire right side. His dynamics moving forward are impressive. When he has the ball, his gaze is almost always vertically forward. He looks for the dribble, he looks for the cross, and he has that natural drive towards the goal that many fullbacks lack today. At just 18 years old, he has established himself in the tough second division, which alone is a testament to his physical robustness. Tactically, he is excellently trained, which can be seen in how cleverly he closes his defensive spaces before hitting the turbo and outrunning the opponent. For the year 2026, I predict not only a leading role for him at KSC, but I see him as a hot candidate for the next step into the first division. He is the proof that we do have youngsters on the flanks who can perform at the highest level. When we talk about technical finesse and pure instinct, we cannot ignore a name that brings a sparkle to eyes at Borussia Mönchengladbach, Wael Mohya. This boy is what you would call a real street footballer in football romantic jargon, paired with the tactical discipline of a youth academy. Mohya is an attacking midfielder who can also operate on the wings or as a second striker. What makes him so special is his unpredictability. He has this low center of gravity, this tight ball control that makes it almost impossible for defenders to take the ball from him fairly. He can find solutions in the tightest spaces where others only see legs. His debut in the Bundesliga against Wolfsburg in December 2025 was just a small taste of what is to come. The German Moroccan brings a playful lightness that is extremely good for our often very structured game. But don't let the dribbling fool you. Mohya also has a clinical finish. He has proven that he knows where the goal is. For 2026, I expect him to finally secure a spot in the starting 11 of the Foals and become one of the most exciting attacking players in the league. He is the type of player people go to the stadium for because with every touch of the ball, you feel that something magical could happen. Now, we have to take a quick look at the Ruhr area, because at Schalke 04, a player is growing who could satisfy the fans' longing for a new hero, Mika Wallentowitz. His story is almost too good to be true, and it shows how fast things can move in football. It was only in the summer of 2024 that he moved from the youth of Werder Bremen to the famous Knappenschmiede. And what happened next is the stuff of dreams. Within a very short time, he not only secured a spot in the U19 team, but also knocked loudly on the door of the professionals. Wallentowitz is a versatile player who brings an incredible work ethic. He works, he runs, he presses, and he covers long distances. This blue-collar mentality fits Gelsenkirchen perfectly. His starting debut in the second division against Preußen Münster showed that he can handle the pressure. One must not forget that he is still going to school at the same time and aiming for his diploma. This down-to-earth nature, paired with his physical assertiveness, makes him one of the most exciting projects in German football. Mika Wallentowitz stands symbolically for the new beginning at Schalke. Young, hungry, fresh, and with a deep identification with hard work. In the year 2026, he will make his name known throughout Germany. On my channel, you experience the football of yesterday, today, and tomorrow. So don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any legendary stories and the stars of tomorrow. But when we talk about the absolute greatest jewel currently maturing in German academies, then we must talk about a boy whose name is at the top of the scouting lists of Real Madrid and AC Milan, Niko Iličević. The nephew of former Bundesliga professional Ivo Iličević is far more than just a talented youth player at Eintracht Frankfurt. He is a phenomenon. At just 14 years old, he made headlines that went around the world when he was substituted into a professional friendly and scored immediately. The fact that Eintracht had to pay a fine of 20,000 euros because he was still too young according to the statutes seems almost like an award for his extraordinary talent in retrospect. They simply couldn't hide him anymore. As a left-footer in attacking midfield, he brings an elegance that reminds one of the greats. In the youth league, he danced past opponents who were 2 or 3 years older as if they were slalom poles. His tight ball control, his vision, and this irresistible urge towards the goal make him a player the likes of which we haven't seen in Germany for years. He is small, agile, but a giant mentally. Niko Iličević is not just a promise for the future, he is the future. In the 2026 season, he will no longer just work his magic with the juniors, but will step onto the Bundesliga stage and remind us all why we love this sport so much. When we look at these 5 boys, David Odogu with his monstrous physique, Rafael Pinto Pedrosa with his attacking drive on the right, Wael Mohya with his magical technique, Mika Wallentowitz with his honest striker's instinct, and Niko Iličević, the dream of all world-class clubs, then we must come to a completely different conclusion than at the beginning of this video. Is German football finished? Are we only producing mediocrity? After this analysis, the answer can only be a clear no. We have the talent. We have the diversity. We have players who could not be more different, and who are exactly for that reason so valuable for the future of our leagues and our national team. The problem is not the lack of talent, but perhaps only our impatience. These players need time, they need trust, and they need match practice at the highest level. We are not facing an abyss, but a new chapter. A chapter written by these young wild ones. They are ready to take on the responsibility that we so often want to deny them. So, let's stop the pessimism and look forward to what's coming. Because if these 5 players reach their potential, then we have absolutely no need to worry about the attractiveness of the Bundesliga and the future of German football. The breakthrough is imminent. Let's be ready to celebrate it.